Hi everyone, this is Inspire Beautiful. A lot of people spend years believing they lack confidence when really they're just not performative because somewhere along the way, many of us were taught that confidence looks loud. The loudest voice in the room, the most charismatic speaker, the person who always has something to say. And while confidence can look that way, that is not the only form it takes. Some of the most confident people you will ever meet are quiet. Not because they are unsure of themselves, but because they no longer need constant external validation to feel secure internally. That's a very different kind of confidence. Quiet people are often misunderstood professionally. People sometimes assume quiet means weak, quiet means insecure, and quiet means passive. But calmness and insecurity are not the same thing. In fact, emotionally grounded people often move differently. They observe before reacting. They think before speaking. They do not feel the need to dominate every space to feel significant. And in environments that reward visibility, that kind of steadiness can easily be overlooked, especially early in a career. A lot of quieter people end up overcompensating because of this. They force themselves to speak constantly, perform extroversion, appear more energetic than they naturally are. Not because it feels authentic, but because they fear being underestimated. That becomes exhausting. Because confidence built on performance requires constant maintenance. Real confidence feels sustainable. It allows you to be fully present without constantly trying to manage perception. And one of the biggest professional shifts happens when you realize you do not need to become louder to become valuable. Presence matters more than performance. People remember clarity, steadiness, good judgment, emotional regulation, and consistency. Those qualities build trust over time. There is also a difference between attention and authority. Attention is immediate. Authority is earned gradually. And quiet confidence often builds authority slowly through reliability, discernment, and calm decision making. That type of confidence may not always dominate the room immediately, but over time, it becomes difficult to ignore. Because emotionally secure people do not constantly try to prove they belong. They focus on contribution instead of performance. Quiet confidence also changes how you handle uncertainty. You stop feeling pressure to always appear impressive. You become more comfortable saying, "I need time to think about that. I don't know yet," or "I disagree," without panic, without over-explaining. That groundedness creates respect, not because you are performing certainty, but because you trust yourself enough to remain steady even when things are unclear. If you've spent years believing confidence should look louder than it naturally feels for you, consider the possibility that you were never lacking confidence. You may have simply been measuring yourself against the wrong standard, because confidence is not always intensity. Sometimes it looks like calmness, clarity, restraint, and quiet self-trust. And those qualities are powerful too. The most confident people are not always the loudest. sometimes they are simply the most grounded. They know who they are without needing constant confirmation from everyone around them. And over time, the quiet steadiness becomes its own kind of presence. A presence that doesn't demand attention but earns respect naturally. Inspire Beautiful. If this spoke to you today, you're always welcome here. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me.